And then, I mean, I've gotten to be part of 2 ground zeros with Caitlin Clark and the ascension of when the NIL started, and then to have a player like Caitlin. No one really had that at that particular moment of what Caitlin did. And now I'm in the rev share ground zero, right? So being at this place in time, I don't know, none of us know exactly how we're going to all do that, right? But to be able to be part of that and trying to figure it out, I think is another cool blessing. And so as I'm looking at the men's regionals that they've played, right? They haven't always been totally sold out either, some of them. And I think sometimes we look and we're like, oh gosh, always, what the guys are doing. I wonder if you ever flip it back, like what would it be like? I mean, there'd be holy heck to pay if we made the men go do this. If we were going to have the men play at a home site, right? Because it's always the money. We can't do it. No one would watch if the women do it. But some of those regionals, you might even spike it if you did it for that, right? So now it's interesting. There's more money. Now, much has been said about, since the COVID year when Sedona Price showed the weight room, all the things, and now it's pretty marketable. And then Caitlin and company blew it out of the water, what could happen if you invested in women's sports. So to your question, I don't know. I mean, it depends. It depends. Our market's pretty on fire. I mean, how blessed am I? Our fan base held and sold out again, right? So I think it'd be an interesting study of the regionals or where the men, and I didn't watch much of the men. I just saw a couple of those early ones where I didn't see a whole lot of sellout fans those first rounds. So I don't know which question should be asked. Is this the model that creates that excitement when you're playing at home and there's a buzz always? Or should we always be pushing, should a road to a national title really go through a home court? I don't know. I mean, that's where we are now. So I just think it's really interesting. But I'd kind of like to see some feasibility studies or fictitious numbers on what projections of the men's flipping it the other way and see what those dollars would be and what the crowd support would be. But then you probably can't really equal it because Oklahoma's tickets are $13 a ticket. I'm pretty sure at those regionals it's not $13 a ticket at wherever, Dayton, Cleveland, or whoever. That's all I got for you, my little non-educated guess of whatever would be. But I find it fascinating. I would love it if women's sports could keep growing. And I'm going to be working on doing my part to continue it. All right. Thanks for covering us.
Thank you.
We appreciate you.